Hi lovelies, welcome back to another video. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Shelvin and I create DIY and lifestyle videos, and today I'm going to be teaching you guys how to use a sewing machine. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. Please like and comment down below, and also share with your family and friends if you like my content. So guys, today I'm going to be teaching you how to use a machine using this machine. I hope you guys can see it. We unboxed it last week and I'm going to be linking that video right at this corner if you have not already watched it. Yeah, so we're going to be using this machine, but you don't have to worry if you have a different kind of machine, because sewing machines are similar and the parts are the same in all machines. So the function is the same, you just need to learn once and you can use every other machine. Step 1, learning the parts of the machine. So guys, this is the front of the machine and also the back side of the machine. So at the side you can see an arrow pointing towards one direction. This part is called the balance wheel. It helps to lift the needle and also to bring it down. Now over to the front, if you're using an electric machine, it has this button which you slide right or left to turn the machine on or off. Right next to the on and off button, we have a meter roll which is in centimeters. Slightly above the on and off button, we have the reverse lever which is used to backstitch. Above the reverse lever, we have different kind of stitches and a dial that helps adjust to the kind of stitch you want to use while sewing. This arrow shows which stitch is currently in use. Right next to the stitch dial, we have the tension disc. This controls how tight or loose the thread is while sewing. Right next to it, we have the pull-up lever. This pulls the thread from the spool. Now from the pull-up lever, we have a thread guide that leads down to the needle thread guide. Down here we have the throat plate. This is where you feed your fabric as you sew. Now here we have the presser foot. It helps hold the fabric in place as you sew. Right above it we have the needle thread guide and needle holder, and we also have a needle. Down here at the side of the machine we have a drawer where you can put all your needles and bobbins or other small items of the machine. At the top here we have a bobbin winder which you push to the right or the left depending on what you're doing to the bobbin. Right next to the bobbin winder we have a spool spindle. This is where you put your spool of thread. Next to it we have a thread guide which leads from the spool towards the tension disc. Again, if you're using an electric machine, it has a foot pedal slot and it also has a slot where you put in your power supply cable. Now under the throat plate we have a small chamber where we put in the bobbin. The plastic item I just slid out is called the bobbin casing, and in electric machines it's plastic, but in manual machines it tends to be metal. Now with electric machines they have an LED light which helps you while you're sewing for visual purposes. Behind here we have a lever. It lifts the presser foot or drops the presser foot depending on what you're doing at that particular time. The first thing you do while threading a machine is putting in the spool spindle. Now guide the thread towards the first thread guide. Then from the thread guide towards the tension disc. From the tension disc, slide the thread under here towards the pull-up lever. Now insert the thread into the pull-up lever. Then guide it down towards the needle thread guide. Insert the thread into the needle's thread guide. Then insert the thread into the needle's eye from front towards the back. Now to insert the bobbin, remove the bobbin casing first. Insert your bobbin and pull a little bit of thread away from it. You will now have 2 strands of thread dangling. Now to get the bobbin thread from the bottom to the top, rotate the balance wheel towards yourself, pulling onto the thread of the needle. Just do it once and you will see that the bobbin thread will come up to the top. You will now have 2 threads from the top. Put the bobbin casing back on and now the machine is ready for sewing. This week's shout out comment goes to my mom, who is also my biggest supporter and never lacks to comment down below. So yeah, you guys head down there and if you see her comment, like it. Yeah, so guys, for next week's comment, if you want to be in my shout out, comment down below. And I'm going to be shouting out the best comment I get. Now to sew, put your fabric onto the throat plate, then drop your presser foot lever. Choose the kind of stitch you want to use. And now you can start to sew.
Staring at stars, watching the moon, hoping that one day they'll lead me to you. Wait every night, 'cause if a star falls, I wish to go back to the times that I loved.
And here are some of the different stitches I have done. According to the machine you have, stitches may vary. So the manual machine like Singer only has 1 stitch, that is the straight stitch, but if you're using an electric machine you can always find various kinds of machines, but there are other manual machines that have different stitches, but the most common one has the straight stitch. But for the electric one you can find different kinds of stitches on it, and they're used for different functions and can be used differently depending on what you're creating. So yeah, so don't mind if you find your machine has different kind of stitch length, so don't worry about it, it's okay. For today's video, I hope this video was helpful to you to learn how to use a machine, and if you're just curious, it's also okay. So guys, that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe, like and comment down below, and also share with your family and friends. Till next weekend, bye.
Until the stars shine so bright.